What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here on this wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Hope everybody's Thanksgiving was absolutely marvelous because we are here today. We are here today to read the latest installment as we go in to close out the year with a couple more chapters of the best-selling manga in history, man. And what a year it's been, dog. We have had an incredible, absolutely just marvelous year of content in both the anime and the manga. We've been eating good all year. All year's been Thanksgiving all year, son. Yeah, we've been stuffing ourselves full, you know what I'm saying? But we are here today to read the latest installment in that Wano and Onigashima awesome sauce of what is nearly the best-selling comic of all time. We are here today to read the one, the only, One Piece. Let's get right into it, dude. Listen, it's cold, but like my boy Sanji says, it may be cold outside. I mean, he doesn't say this in particular, but if I'm live action Sanji, I'm improvising some type of language. You know what I'm saying? If it's cold outside, it cannot. Curly eyebrows. Gotta take off the glasses. Curly eyebrows. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep them on for the Mr. Prince. If it's cold outside, it can't match the burning passions of my heart. Yo, you know how it goes. You know how it goes, son. So let's get right into this week's chapter. Chapter 1033. And the title of this week's chapter is Shimotsuki Kozaburo. And you see Tashigi and Smoker. Wait. Chapter 1033, Shimotsuki Kozaburo? Bro, is this the week? Is this the week? Oh, snap! No way! Are we finally gonna be getting into the pieces of this man's backstory? Dog, a long time ago, we were talking about well, not a long time ago, a couple months ago. We were talking about the Zoro and King fight and King potentially bringing up the lineage, bro. Hold up. Unless Shimotsuki Kozaburo is the individual with Yamato. Oh, now I'm interested. Oh, let's get right into the chapter. Smoker, I love the penguins. It's Club Penguin out here, man. I hope everybody has a good username. Everybody looks to be a member. They've got a whole bunch of stuff. Shout out to Club Penguin. Tashigi, Smoker, it's great to see y'all. Tashigi plays the villain for baby penguins that make believe as heroes. We love to see it, but we gotta get into this week's chapter. It's gonna be Zoro. Bro, then that means, who in the world is Shimotsuki Kozaburo? That was his name. Shimotsuki Kozaburo. Is that the name of his pops? Oh, let's go, man. Let's go. So we get to see the outside of Onigashima. I'm making this full screen, bro. Zoro versus King. Enma, stop draining my energy without permission. He looks down, he's conquering that blade. He's like, yo, listen to me, son. Listen to me. And I love this about the relationship. You know, one of the coolest things that you could ever get, at least for me, in a piece of fiction that deals with, you know, powers like this and individuals that try to become one with their weapon or to understand their weapon. It's one of the things I really like about Bleach, that you can like personify the weapon, right, and see and actually speak to it and whatnot. But in this case, seeing the master, this individual that wants to become the world's greatest swordsman, have to conquer these blades that he has, right? And of course has to overcome himself first and foremost, but then it's the blades, you know, over having to do that one thing back in Loketown, comes down, almost cuts off his arm, but it doesn't. It's like, oh, that's mine. It's like, I conquered that challenge. And the challenge here with Enma is the fact that if he uses this thing incorrectly, it's going to drain his energy and kill him. But Zoro's like, yo, my willpower is going to overcome any ounce of whatever power is coming out of this dude, the shamisen playing, son. Calm down. I understand. I get it. I get excited when I hear my wife, too. I get really excited when I hear Lady Hiyori going ham. I mean, yo, last time that happened, I was like going off with a little kitchen knife. Yeah, but no. Calm down, Enma. Relax. And I love stuff like this, man, when we get to explore the relationship, the conquering of one's blade and one's technique without permission. He looks down at his hand. His hand looks completely covered in this energy, in this hockey-like state as we see the aura surrounding Enma. Trouble in paradise. Yo, King is just like, his response to seeing Enma, his aura going all over the place. I mean, crazy. I'm pretty sure the aura coming out of this thing has to be reaching the moon and back. And this man, King, his only response to that as he moves towards Zoro is trouble in paradise. Yo, King is nasty, right? You can't deny it. King is filthy. He looks over. You get to see the part of his mask that's cracked here as he pushes towards Zoro. Huff, huff. Dang, man. King propelled himself off of the ground so much. You see the whole ground shattering, dude. I mean, he's going right after this dude. Huh? And there he goes, and he stands before him. Wings out. What are you trying to pull? And he stands, look, like directly. I'm talking, Zoro's right there. He's standing right in front of him, dude. And he goes out, pulls his blade, and he impales him. Ah, direct hit. What? And we get a massive explosion. So hold up. We're going to pull this back. Zoro currently going in 3 sword style. What are you trying to pull? King right in front of him. He goes in with his right hand. Right? He goes in with his right hand and impales King. King looks at him and is like, ah, a direct hit. Who does that? This man said, yo, you hit me with a direct hit. Nice job. Good stuff. Yo, King is a savage, bro. And we'll get this massive explosion here. Skull Dome left brain tower. Let's go. Yo, I was most certainly not expecting this. Let's go. So now in the same chapter, we're getting Zoro versus King and Sanji versus Queen. Skull Dome left brain, I can't even speak correctly. Left brain tower pleasure hall. Muhahaha. You just called the pirate hunter, right? He doesn't stand a chance against King. Not Queen. Coming up and talking trash. This man just got hit by a massive hell's memories. And he still has, I mean, his brain, I guess, got scrambled. But this man, he doesn't stand a chance against King. I know King is that dude. Trust me, man. This man has been going ham. But at the end of the day, he's got to put respect on the world's strongest swordsman. The individual, when he puts on that bandana, the man's attributes go up to 99. I mean, we saw that evidence on the roof. Evidence! On the roof, bro. We see it. We see it. He doesn't stand a chance against King. And Sanji stays silent. He's a surviving Lunarian. Here we go. They were all supposed to be eradicated. They were all supposed to be eradicated. So if they were supposed to be eradicated, and you already know what that is, man. It's a great cleansing. That's a buster call. That's trying to eliminate these individuals from existing the same way they tried to eliminate Ohara. Those monsters could thrive in any. So he's talking about Lunarians. Those monsters could thrive in any inhospitable environment the world threw at them. Very interesting. So they could survive in any. So because of the way their bodies are made, because of, I'm going to assume the flames that, are within. Is he telling Sanji this because he's yo, hey man, listen, that's the headcanon. Sanji Lunarian greatness? Yamna Jamna? I don't know, man. I mean, listen, the clues are there. The clues are there. But regardless, back to the thing. I'm going to assume inhospitable environment, the world through them, and no matter what happened, they would be able to survive it because they would be able to maintain their body temperature. So even if they are thrown into the worst of the Arctic or in any part of the environment, they'll be able to survive it because they can always maintain that body temperature. You feel me? Because of the flames. In the distant past, they were considered gods. So here we are. We're getting into it. So that means that Nika, without question, which is what we brought up that week in the afterthoughts, that is pretty much confirmation that Nika was in fact a Lunarian. And the sun thing around it is the fact that he can produce flames. So when I initially saw Nika in the Sun God thing, I was like, you know what? He had to have had either the Mera Mera or potentially the Gomu Gomu no with the ability to create these flames, right? As far as I'm concerned, that was the only way that I could possibly think of it back then. But now, after the Lunarians were brought up as a concept, I was like, nah, Nika was Lunarian. And it just makes too much sense, right? In the distant past, they were considered gods, which means if they were considered that and Nika was a Lunarian, then Sweet Mother Flagnard is no wonder. No wonder, right? It's just putting things together. How could beings like that get wiped out? That's something you'll have to find out for yourself. So Queen doesn't even tell him. He knows the information, but he does not tell him. He fires up a beam, and we go back outside. We go back outside to Zoro. Let's go. Close one. I'd be a goner if I used Arnament a second later. Yo, so he used Arnament Hockey in order to protect himself. How is he still unscathed? He just blew himself up. Oh, King blew. I thought that was like Enma that did something like that. That was King. King has the potential of firing off these fiery explosive nukes like he has Danger Close Pro. Yo, so that explosion all the way. Oh man, oh man. So now even if so that's why he was like, a direct hit. Because when Zoro hit him, he was like, oh, I got you trapped now. Are you sure you want to do that, bro? Are you sure? Explodes. And no matter what happens, like he said, oh, so that means Lunarians can even survive stuff like massive explosions because they thrive in that type of environment. Holy fuck. How is he still one sword style? EI? No way. He's about to the Shishi Sonson. Hold up. One sword style EI. Lethal? No, not the lethal. Oh my god. And look at this panel. Oh, King. King, I know you're nasty, but that's a lion song with an adjective. That thing is filthy. Lethal. He put a lethal up on that thing. It's no longer a lion song. It's the lethal. He put a whole adjective. Oh, that's lethal lion song. Goes in. Look at my boy's stance. I mean, he's holding that thing. He's like, yeah. Yeah, yo, Zoro. He's too filthy. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This is the world's strongest sword. Oh, man. One sword style EI. Lethal lion song. So not even this explosion, this massive thing that took place, Zoro was like, hold up. I moved different. Yeah, I moved different. And I love the impact. I love how we're seeing the speed in which Zoro did that and the strength in which he did, because you see King looking upwards like, oh snap, I just got hit by something strong. Yo, not lion song with the adjective, dude. Lethal. Put some respect in my boy's name. That's nasty. Yo, this panel is A1. A1. I mean, the Shishi Sonson, when it's hit, I don't know, of course, what that is in Japanese now with the lethal version, but this technique has always been one of my favorites. And remember what we saw in chapter 997? Absolutely amazing. You can hear the music here, bro. Or one of them. Zoro, greatness. Let's go. Let's see what King has to say about that. Yo, King got split in half. This man, bro, look at his... So, the cut, I'm going to assume, went so deep that it went right in the middle of his mask. So, maybe we might see him unmasked now. Because we see it clearly, how he's up and it's like, wow. So, exclamation point, question mark. And here comes King again. King with his nonsense, bro. This man pulls it back. He pulls back his head. Oh, Lord, man. Here we go, dude. This thing's about to come down with massive amounts of damage. What? Nothing? So, King gets caught by this and feels nothing. Nothing. Zoro's like, holy flagnars, man. What in the world is going on? Imperial. And it looks mad ugly. No, wait. That was one of my strongest techniques. Sheik. Pulls it. Whoa. Stop it, Enma. Not now. And so Zoro has to deal with Enma and overcoming his blade while King is coming down with the force of every Jurassic World horror nightmare you could ever imagine. I mean, this man's pulling it all the way back, son. Let's go. Tempura. Not now. He looks down at Enma. Oh, man. Udon. Bro, my heart skipped like 3 beats. I thought this man Zoro's blade got sliced in half the way the beam came in. But he took massive damage, man. He's coughing out blood. Oh my gosh. Yo, the amount of destruction caused by that attack, dude. He pulled it all the way back. But he destroys the entire left side of this plane up here. On the left side of the Onigashima skull. Look at the destruction, dude. I mean, you see rubble, the rocks going all over the place. A swordsman beaten by his own sword. That's a first. Yo, this king loves talking trash, bro. And that's something I respect about him. He's like, he has that Shonen Jump MC energy to him. He just loves talking trash. Yo, Zoro. Sandaiki Tetsu goes down. He ain't beaten yet. He goes down. He grabs Sandaiki Tetsu. Hold up. You already wield Sandaiki Tetsu. That is one of mine. Oh, no. Not a flashback with a Tengu. What, really? It's cursed. I can't sell it, you moron. If you end up dead, your blood would be on my hands. Going all the way back to Logue Town, bro. So, dog, man. See, when you see stuff like this, you see the journey leading up, you know? It's one of his blades. Risking yourself to save a sword? Have you lost it? That's one of his. That's the respect that a swordsman has for his weapons. You can't conquer your weapons, especially not somebody who wishes to become the strongest in the world. You can't conquer and or tame your weapons if you're not willing to, save them in situations like that. Because if you're willing to just throw them away, that means there's no relationship there. There's no attachment to those blades. But when those blades become as special to you as a friend, when those blades become as special to you as a family member, then it's like, yo, I'm not going to let anything break these blades. Nothing at all. And so that is where Zoro has gotten to the relationship with these blades, especially when these blades were the only thing accompanying him in his time alone in those 2 years when he was training with Mihawk. Those blades were the only things that he got on his journey with the king, with the goat and the straw hats, that he was able to keep with him, the memoirs. Anytime he looked at those blades, I can imagine when he looked in the reflection in his blades, he must have seen his crew members. So it carried him through a lot. Those blades were with him through the darkest of times, man. So, absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. Risking yourself to save a sword, and he kicks this man Zoro. Have you lost it? And his foot, like not even his foot, his leg, his entire leg going up into his thigh is completely covered in flames. And he kicks Zoro. It burns. He's on the floor. Yo, Zoro, bro. Oh, what a relief it didn't fall off the island. Wado Ichimonji. Man, dude, all of his blades. Sandai. Wado. Sensei, please let me have her sword. Okay, it's yours. Yo, Kuina's blade, man. This has been the one thing that's been with him from the very beginning, son. I'll get stronger. Not the dream, bro. Not the dream. I'll get stronger. Stronger for the both of us. Strong enough that my name reaches up to the heavens. I'm going to be the world's greatest swordsman, man. You already are, Zoro, bro. In my heart. In my heart. It must be fate. That white katana of yours is the Wado Ichimonji. It was forged by the same man that made Enma, and what an interesting line that is. And it makes you wonder if that is going to become relevant down the line, right? The master swordsmith, Shimotsuki Kozabudo. Oh, man, that's the tie-in! It was forged by the same man that made Enma, the master swordsmith, Shimotsuki Kozabudo. That wasn't stated before, right? That wasn't just me having a brain fart. This was not stated. That was chapter 956. No, 955. The chapter before we got the Shichibukai stuff. So that was chapter 955. I do not recall that being stated there. So this is the first time we're hearing this, right? If I'm not mistaken. The master swordsmith, Shimotsuki Kozabudo. So that's the connection, the Shimotsuki connection. Oh, also the same individual who forged Enma. So, oh, man, it goes into the family ties, bro. I didn't have time to think about it before, but how did a sword from Wano wind up in the East Blue? We've been wondering that for the entire series, Zoro. The entire series. Imperial Twin Blades. And I'm not just talking about flipping his blades. I'm talking about the sword that controls them. The one with the bandana. Imperial Twin Blades. So you picked up your 3 swords and King comes down flying. Enma. And he goes right into the ground. Oh my god, bro. I'm getting chills, bro. Enma. King comes down. And he swipes, right? He just goes, wah. Zoro blocks. And he gets sent down to the Flagnards. Zoro, I was told not to say Tsunachi. It's just something I heard from an old geezer in my village. What? I'd never used the word myself. That geezer always sat by the shore. I never bothered learning his name. Oh, Flagnards. No way. I was told not to say Tsunachi. Something I heard from an old geezer in my village. I've never used the word myself. That geezer always sat by the shore. Is he also Shimotsuki Kozabudo? Sat by the shore. I never bothered learning his name. And I only found out he was Kuina's grandfather after he croaked. The master swordsmith Shimotsuki Kozabudo left this country illegally over 50 years ago. Oh, man. We see Zoro. "13 years ago, the East Blue. Shimotsuki Village. Zoro's hometown. Oh, we're doing it! We're doing it! Shimotsuki Dojo. Huh? Yeah! Tsunachi. It's a battle cry that gives you courage. Oh, man. And there he is! I don't think I'll use it. It sounds weird. Say, old man, is it true you were a samurai? Everyone at the dojo says you were. Quiet, boy. Village geezer. Dog! Nah, you're gonna bring the Marines down on my head. Why would the Navy care? None of your business. Now scram, you snot-nosed brat. Screw you, you useless old windbag. Yo, man, it feels like the beginning of the series, you know, going back to episode 19 with this content. We're actually seeing it, Tsunachi, the old dude. So you see Zoro going in training as hard as he can. The geezer watches. You fed up with practicing at the dojo? I lost to Kuina again. I need to train non-stop. Well, but I don't have any money. It's fine, take them. They're not much anyway. And he gives him the blades. I can only make ones like these now. Use them for your training. That kid, bro, is that Enma? And Wado? I can only make ones like these now. Use them for your training. Listen, swords exist to cut people down. When smiths create... No, that can't be Enma because Odin would have had them. Listen, swords exist to cut people down. When smiths create them, they ensure they can take as many lives as possible. And Zoro holds the blade. Each blade is like a person with a unique disposition. A swordsman is one who tames the sword's wild nature and bends it to the will. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier in conquering the blades. But in order to conquer the blades, you have to establish that connection, that relationship. It's a joke that deadly swords are believed to be accursed. That's just how name blades are. And he holds out the blade. You see a little Zoro behind him. Yo, this is gold, dude. I consider it praise. Let the weak spread their nonsense. It means those swords fulfill their purpose well. And you see Zoro here holding the blades. I crafted my magnum opus. When I was still young, the temperament of that sword was something. Oh, so he was talking about Enma then. You'd get the chills just holding it. I named the blade after the Lord of the Underworld. This man said, when I was younger, I created the magnum opus. I created it, and I can understand, like, and anybody who creates something, right? Swordsmiths, they're artists. They wish to create these things that people can enjoy and experience, but in this case, to take lives, right? Like that's what they take pride in, is for these blades to go in, for their names as swordsmiths to resound around the world through the individuals who wield their blades. And it's like, man. And he named it after, yo, dog, so fire, so fire. And Zoro snaps out of the flashback, the Lord of the Underworld, Enma. And he looks at the blade. He's like, yo, it was that geezer. It's that geezer. Oh, snap. Zoro got a flashback. It's time. It's time. It's time, bro. It's time. It's called Shimotsuki Village. That doesn't seem like a coincidence now. Did you know the village was founded by pirates? My grandma told me. The master swordsmith Shimotsuki Kozaburo left this country illegally over 50 years ago. That means that was him. That was him. That geezer was a samurai of Wano. He was the swordsmith Shimotsuki Kozaburo. Named blades stay vigilant. They wait patiently to find a swordsman worthy of them. Oh, that's a filthy line, bro. It is said a sword chooses its wielder. You already know. Enma chose this man, bro. There's no way he did it. There's no way, man. Who wouldn't want to be wielded by this dude? Somebody who pays so much respect to the blade. Enough to where if the blade presents a challenge, I am willing and ready to accept it. That's what this is. It's testing me. It's been this way all along, Zoro. Bro, from the moment that you got the blade, it's been testing you, dog. And he picks up the blade. The sword isn't acting out of malice. That means I've just not been measuring up to its standards. Dog, this is why I love Zoro, bro. First thing he goes to is internal. He's like, I have not been measuring up. It's not this dude, it's not the circumstances, it's me. You're telling me Odin was easily able to wield you? Even while this much hockey was pouring out of him? Is that it, Enma? That's right. That's right. Look at Enma, bro. Look here, it's the pirate hunter. Dude, look at the aura coming out of this thing. King's son. So you see a whole bunch of dudes behind him. Let's help him take his head. We're supposed to get a promotion if you do. What do? I can only appease if I keep going all out with my hockey. But that could kill me. Nah, so it's like going, the only thing that he can do. So it's like in the same way as Sanji, right? Where Sanji, in a different way, it's like he might lose himself in this battle with Queen. But in Zoro's case, he realized if he uses up all of his hockey, he could die here. But the only way he's going to be able to tame Enma if he utilizes every ounce of his hockey. Man, but that could kill me. No. Let's go! Let's go! They start getting knocked out! This man Zoro flexes his clunkers on. Oh, no, bro, hold up. This man Zoro flexes his conqueror's hockey. Flexes the conqueror's hockey. Dudes start getting knocked out. I mean, he's trying his hardest to keep his hockey in store. And dudes are like, they're dying from peak fiction. They're just like, yeah, let's go. Dog, they're getting knocked out. They don't know what hit them. They don't know what hit him. That Zoro's conquers hockey, bro. So they all get knocked out. I see. So you've also got kingly ambition. This is peak, bro. This is peak. The world's greatest swordsman. Oh, that's perfect. The future king of the pirates wouldn't settle for anything less. So when King recognizes it, and that's exactly what is so dope about fights like this, right? When you have two top tiers, when you have two individuals who are willing and ready to risk it all, especially somebody who also shares the same level of ambition as you. Even though King is not a swordsman, this man is, you know how he is to Kaido. So it's like they share that. He's like, oh, so you also have kingly ambitions. Oh, man, that means King has conquered Saki too. It's going to be filthy. I guess you're right after all. I made promises to my captain and my oldest friend. What a chapter, dude. What a chapter. Oh, my goodness. Yo, Zoro is going to go absolutely ham. He's going to, bro, this dude. Oh, bro, look at the aura. Look at the Conqueror's coating coming out of this man's blades. Look at, they're all just the electricity. Oh, no, this is going to be... This... Zoro versus King is without question, and especially when the anime gets a hold of it, Zoro versus King is going to end up being one of the best chapters, one of the best like sections of fight chapters in the series, man. I mean, we're talking premier peak Zoro fight, right? Up until we get the stuff with Mihawk and maybe Shiryu and all that stuff down the line. But for right now, yo, up until this point, Zoro versus King is going to end up being the best fight. How could it not? Bro, this man got a flashback to Shimotsuki village. Conquering Enma. This is the type of stuff I love, bro. Nah, man, dude. One sword style. Yo, this panel, the Lethal Lion song. Zoro's... Oh, dog, this man continues to be goated in this arc, dude. I love this. I love the relationship that's been established with each blade to where he wants to protect them. He wants them to be with him for the rest of the journey. And now the final blade. Oh my goodness, dog. This is peak, bro. I love this so much. So this let me check something real quick because it might just be my brain that's tripping. Right? I'm pretty sure it's my brain. Because I have not gone back and reread 955 in a while. Let me go back to 955. It was I don't think it was stated in that chapter. I do not believe that it was stated in that chapter. Let me go back to 955. Enma. Kozuki Odin. Yeah, I don't think it was stated in that chapter. It might have been stated in the ones whenever we got back. Oh no, it was. It was stated all the way back then, bro. The blacksmith Shimotsuki Kozaburo. So it was just me that forgot. Okay. But Flagnards. Let's go, dude. So that was stated. I remember the Wado and Enma coming from both of them. Or coming from them, but... Man. Shimotsuki Kozaburo, bro. What a chapter, man. We went all the way back to this man's childhood, dude. We got this. Yo, this is the first time we flashback to Zoro's childhood in a long time, man. In a long, long time. We're going into the very core of this man's ambitions. This is legendary, bro. This is, yo. Enma, this dude's magnum opus. I mean, yo, Shimotsuki Kozaburo must have been that dude. You know, he must have been that dude. Oh, I'm hyped. Zoro versus King is nasty. Yo, if they clash, if they have a clash of King's hockey, I might be knocked out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I legit might be knocked out. So it looks like now. Oh, what a chapter, man, dog. So we had an amazing Sanji chapter 2 weeks ago. or what was that, 3 weeks ago? Oh man, dude. See, this week I was expecting Hiyori and Orochi and all that. We got a continuation of Zoro versus King, dude. And it looks like the next time we come back to that, it looks like the next time we come back to any of these battles, it's gonna be that final stretch. And then we got the Lunarian conversation early on in the chapter. Yo, when this man Zoro looked down on the blade, and you saw everyone else getting knocked out, the flexing, and then King is like, I see you've also got kingly ambitions. Yo, man, this week's chapter of One Piece, dude. Greatness. I guess you're right after. I made promises to my captain and my oldest friend, bro. The cap, son. The captain. I mean, when in the midst of battle, you flash back to the things most important. Right now, I think that's what makes these fights so special that we're currently going to, because, right, and that we've been going through in this arc so far, is that they are reaching into the very depths of what makes these characters our characters. You know, we had that with the Robin and Black Maria stuff, you know, having to accept becoming the demon, having to accept becoming that for the crew, becoming a monster for the crew. You know, then we have Sanji's scenario we just had a couple chapters ago, which was marvelous. And we have moments just like that here, man. So it's like all the Straw Hats are getting these types of moments within their battles. Jinbei had one like that as well within his fight, you know, just truly getting to the very core of who he is and going in like Sumar, destroying who's who, you know, for his purpose. And so you're seeing our fights directly connecting to, you know, what we are at our core. Which is why I'm so hyped for Luffy versus Kaido, because even though we have gotten that so far, I can't even get to fathom what we're going to see in that battle, man. The resolve on both sides of Luffy and Kaido. So, but regardless, what an amazing, amazing chapter of One Piece. As, like I said, this is stuff that I'm just weak to. I'm weak to these end battle flashbacks and seeing the connections between the blade and its owner, and this is stuff I've always wanted to see from Zoro. So this chapter was perfect. This was like the best possible transition chapter. I had the jersey and the Santa hat on for a transition chapter for this fight. I can't even imagine how this climax is about to be, bro. So I'm going to assume Zoro versus King. Actually, let me see. I'm going to assume that Zoro versus King is going to. I think we'll have Sanji versus Queen. That's going to end. Then Zoro versus King. Man, that means it might end up working out in that 100 chapter thing, right? Where Queen's initial introduction, 935, he could get taken out in 1035, realistically. And Zoro can end up taking out King in 1037. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because a real deal does look like we could finish these fights soon, to where Sanji could finish Queen next chapter. Wait, there's no break, right? I don't think there's a break. Chapter 1033 end. I don't think there's a break. I do not think there's a break, which means next week we're gonna come right back into this. I'm going to assume we're gonna switch back to Sanji, finish that, and then we're gonna come back to Zoro versus King. Oh man, and those two fight, bro. Those two already feel like they're gonna be best fights in the series so far for the fans. Oh, man, they already feel that way. It's like all three Monster Trio fights are about to be the absolute legend. This panel right here, when this gets animated, of Zoro holding all three of his blades, and all three of his blades are releasing this aura. This is gonna be filthy, man. I love this series, bro. Yo, awesome stuff. Being able to go back and experience and see this man's flashback again, you know, and see, you know, the connection to that Tsunachi thing, and Zoro hearing that in the past, and having that connection there now with the swordsmith, and seeing how exactly all of that happened 13 years ago, and we finally got to see it. It was just so cool. You already know this in the anime is gonna have those banger OSTs playing. I'm excited, and that Lethal Lion song was filthy. But nothing compared. You know, the end of this chapter was just beautiful. Absolutely goated. You know, Zoro truly questioning himself and being like, it was me that wasn't good enough. It was me that needed to continue. And that's whenever he thinks of somebody else. And we all have this, right? Anybody who has ambition. When you think about somebody else who came before you, And you're telling me Odin was easily able to wield you, even while this much hockey was pouring out of him? Is that it, Enma? So he's having a conversation with his weapon here. He's like, yo, this dude was able to easily wield you. And yet you're like, yo, I'm out here challenging you and testing you. You can't even hold me? You can't even hold me without getting overwhelmed? And that man was able to do it so casually? And Zoro's like, nah, I can't allow that to be the case. You're my blade. God! I love stuff like this, man. I do. I truly, truly do, bro. This is great. This is fantastic. We're eating, man. Like we're getting the best possible scenarios for their battles for our monster trio, man. Can't wait till we get back to this. Like I said, I'm firmly expecting Sanji versus Queen, Zoro versus King, and then finishing it off with Luffy versus Kaido. I just wonder if now that we have this, are we going to switch to Luffy versus Kaido, get a little bit more of that, and then switch back to Sanji, because that's why I wasn't in his lobby, right? Then we switch back. Sanji finishes off Queen. Then we get the Zoro versus King, and then we get that final stretch of chapters where the rest of the stuff in the arc takes place, and Luffy versus Kaido happens. But I just wonder how this is all going to happen. But regardless, awesome, awesome, awesome Zoro chapter. Love this. Love the questioning of oneself and one's abilities. You know, going back to last week's chapter and really really trying to figure out what Zoro could do with King. And you see how desperate it got this week too, where he used one of his strongest attacks and did nothing. And, you know, two times, you know, stabbed him, explosion. Then tried to hit him, nothing happened. And it's like, yo, I had to go back, had to really think about what am I doing here, you know? What's important right now? And as he's falling down from the debris, grabs his blades, which means so much to him. And I love this. I love this, dog. You know, just reminding himself why he's here and what's the purpose. Kingly ambitions, dude. Yo, let me know what y'all thought about this week's chapter in the comment section down below. And I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome, awesome day. One Piece greatness. This week's chapter went in, man.